What's going on, guys? Awesome Nerd Show here, and today we're showing off more Marvel Legends of the Iron Man 2020 Walgreens exclusive figure. So this is a pretty cool looking figure. This is the Iron Man 2020, which happens to be Arno Stark, which is the brother of Tony Stark. Kind of took over the mantle of Iron Man and everything. We'll go into that story later, but it looks pretty cool. Comes with a bunch of cool like flame effects and stuff, which is like the coolest part about this. But other than that, just like a classic looking Iron Man, just the way it's designed looks like very old school classic Iron Man with some new like gear stuff built into it and everything, and new design overall. But there's a look at him in the box. There's a look at the artwork there on the side and there on the back. Right there you can see it says Arno Stark wields powerful weapons of superior armor suit as Iron Man 2020. So that is very cool overall, and again you can see the picture there more what it's going to look like and everything, and again another artwork there on the side. So this looks pretty cool overall, and I again was able to find this at my local Walgreens, so be sure to check yours. Like, we pre-ordered this but it still hasn't shipped yet and it's been delayed and everything, so we found it in stores, so we just picked it up there instead and canceled the order. But pretty cool Iron Man looking overall. I like all the little flame or blast effects, look pretty cool for this. That's what I'm excited to see. So let's go ahead and check this figure out. So here we go with Iron Man 2020. Again, this figure looks pretty cool. It's pretty basic and everything for an Iron Man, but still pretty cool overall that we'll look at. And again, this is Arno Stark. So just for some of his backstory, he's the son of Howard and Maria Stark, Tony Stark's parents. But when he was in the womb, it was found out that he was a sickly child and upon birth would end up dying. So Howard went out trying to find a way to save his son, and ended up getting help from a Rigelian recorder that ended up genetically modifying Arno in the womb to make him survive. But unfortunately, upon him being born, he wasn't able to breathe on his own, so he had to be put into an iron lung and was kept as a sickly kid and put into a hospice center. So Howard and Maria ended up adopting a kid, aka Tony Stark, and so Arno was kept kind of in hiding and Tony became their child. But after the death of his parents, Tony ended up finding out about Arno and then ended up joining up with him and started having a relationship with him. But eventually, as the storyline went on, and started having a relationship with him and even making him an exoskeleton suit so that he'd be able to get up and move around and walk and survive. But as time went on and stuff with Tony ended up happening throughout the comics and stuff of him like dying and being brought back in another body and his mind transfer and everything, with Tony not being the true Tony, Arno convinced him of this, ended up taking over the Stark Industries or Stark Unlimited and became the whole controller of that and developed his own Iron Man suit as Iron Man 2020. So a whole lot of stuff going on there, but I feel I wanted to fill you in on the backstory a little bit so you understand what this Iron Man is and why it's a different person. But the suit overall looks pretty good. Like I said, very classic Iron Man looking suit. Has a lot of deep golds and dark red into it, so very cool for that. And then just very basic design, so it has the red torso, red gloves and boots, and some red there on his head, and then the rest of them is all gold and has a nice gear design, which is based off like an older suit. I think it was like the God Killer or some sort of thing like that suit that Tony had that he let him use for a while. It had this like gear designs built into it, so he used that as like the basis for a suit design and stuff, and it just looked pretty cool. So if we bring it up close, you can see there his face, which is cool. You can actually see like eyes in there, so it'd be his eyes. So with a lot of Iron Mans, you don't really see that. It's usually just some weird eyes, so that's pretty cool for that. And you can see the gears there right at his shoulder, which is pretty cool underneath here too. So like his like reactor thing is like in there, you can kind of see that, but it has this nice covering, has these pieces that clip on over the top, so it kind of keeps this in place, so that looks pretty cool. Then he's got the normal gloves, so they're just like basic Iron Man design. He has this belt on there, some cool designs going on there. He has another gear on that side, and like propeller part for boats and stuff, that's on there too. I don't know if he used those or it's just design or what, looks cool. But again, just basic all the way down to the normal Iron Man style boots there with the rib designs on it and stuff, so just very cool looking overall. For moments though, his head can twist there, he can look down, look up, so pretty good range of movements in his neck. Shoulders come up about 90 degrees and can rotate around, no butterfly joint, but he has the bicep twist, double elbow joint that comes up about that much, and then his wrists do twist around, but with these you can't flex them or anything just because they're the shooting hands. But then he's got the ab crunch, so he can crunch forward and backwards there, twist right out the waist, legs come up 90 degrees and out to the side about that far, then thigh twist, double knee joint about that high up, shin twist right there at the top of the boot, and then foot flexes and twists side to side. So overall, your pretty basic standard figure, especially for an Iron Man stuff. Nothing too different going on there, has all the basic movements, everything. But what makes this cool though is all his accessories. So first off, we have just some boring fist hands there, so if you don't want the shooting hands, we have fist hands, which is okay. But then we have the normal blast effects, so we got these that we can take and stick into his hands. So just in his hand like that, you know, basic standard stuff for Iron Man. That of course you could always take those and put them in the bottom of his feet as well for like the blast effects. But awesomely though, this figure comes with blast effects for his feet, so he has these big flame pieces that go into his feet. I don't know if it matters which one. I guess there is an L and an R onto it, so we'll just take these and put them on his feet. So there we got that on there. So if you had like a figure stand, you could put him on that, so it'd be like he's floating up. So he's got, you know, all blasted out stuff, so he's like really flying around shooting at people and stuff, so that's pretty cool. But another cool thing about this is then he even comes with more flame effects there, and so this is designed kind of like the Star Wars Black Series chopper from Star Wars Rebels. So you then have these that you just take and slide into there, and they just kind of stick, and so you have that, so it keeps him up into the air, so he's kind of just shooting off there off of the ground, and it just looks pretty cool there overall, just the way it's designed. Obviously I can't get it all in there, but that just looks super cool. I just really love that whole effect, and it looks pretty good together. I don't know if you can really even see like the separation different. It looks just like one whole thing, but that is pretty cool. It keeps him up in the air, so that is pretty cool overall for an Iron Man. Probably one of the coolest thing they've come up with. So just enough for Arno Stark. So if you can tell by the story, with his genetic manipulation by the Rigelian Recorder, it made Arno into a super genius, especially when it comes to technology. He's like the best mind in the entire world when it comes to advancements in technology and everything. He also has enhanced his own biology with the use of technology, so he's manipulated his genes a little bit better to make him more like the perfect human and stuff. So pretty cool overall for this figure. Cool story that goes into and stuff, and then the actual figure itself is really cool. Like I said, the figure is okay, but it's pretty good for an Iron Man, especially like classic looking one, but with all the blast effects and stuff, just makes him super cool, and I really enjoy this figure. So let me know your opinions of it in the comments down below, and hit that subscribe button while you're down there. But thank you all for watching this video. Be sure to check out our last Marvel Legends set over here on the left, and all our Marvel Legends on the right. Thank you all for watching. Stay awesome out there, and I'll see you next time.